This week in Parshat Yitro, we receive the Aseret Hadibrot, the 10 speech acts, more commonly known as the 10 Commandments. There is quite a bit of fanfare around this download, a pyrotechnic show of divine inspiration and force. Then Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh speaks, saying, I am Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods besides me. You shall not bow down to or serve them. How might we understand these first two speech acts, and how might we embody them in our lives? The first one I've translated as Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh is a transformative power of the universe that brought you out of the narrow consciousness of slavery and constriction. All life is a manifestation of the divine. Transformative liberation is always possible. For me, this means that there is something beyond our present imagination, something beyond the material reality of our world. And that something, that force in the universe, is a force of liberation. We are told throughout the Torah to be in awe and in fear of, it's the same word, Yirat Hashem, of this divine source. Rather than fear and bow down to the pharaohs of our time, it is a transformative power of the universe that we should be in fear and awe of. In fact, we are warned that if we bow down to other gods, not only will we face consequences, but so too will our children and children's children for the third and fourth generations. On the other hand, if we follow these teachings and honor Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, love and kindness will endure to the 1,000th generation. Why does the Torah give this warning? Because human beings are fallible. We might be the oppressed today, but we too can become the pharaohs, the oppressors of tomorrow. Yet many in the Jewish world today seem to have forgotten these warnings. You can enter a temple, Hillel, or other Jewish spaces and question the existence of God. But many of those same spaces prohibit the challenging or questioning of Zionism and Israel. Zionism and Israel have become the idols, the gods of our day. They are treated as a higher power, beholden to no external standards, not even the teachings of the Torah. In the Torah, human beings are created in the image of the divine, not states, not ideologies. States are there to serve life. And when they fail to do so, God warns that they will be destroyed, recreated. Abraham Joshua Heschel said, to act in the spirit of religion is to unite what lies apart, to remember that humanity as a whole is God's beloved child. To act in the spirit of race is to sunder, slash, dismember the flesh of living humanity. We are witnessing today how Jewish supremacy, the idolatry of Israel and Zionism, is causing unimaginable suffering of Palestinian people. And it is unraveling liberalism both in Israel and in the United States. When students who peacefully protest on their campuses calling for divestment from Israel and the military-industrial complex are expelled from campus, lose jobs, and are threatened with deportation, when criticism of Israel and Zionism are equated with anti-Semitism, the First Amendment and more of our rights and liberation are on the chopping block. Sadly, many in the mainstream Jewish world are cheerleading these efforts. In fact, many think that Trump's proposal to permanently expel Gazans from their home and land is a creative and even reasonable plan. Oy. They seem to have forgotten Jewish history, the expulsions from Spain and France, Portugal and Britain, and in modern times from Iraq and Egypt. They perhaps do not know about the tragedy that was the expulsion of the kingdom of Israel by the Assyrians that resulted in 10 tribes lost forever, and the exile from Judea by the Babylonians, and then the Romans, the latter followed by the Roman attempt to extirpate Judaism entirely. Idolatry happens when we forget that the God we are to worship is the transformative power of the universe, the force that makes possible the transformation from that which is to that which can and ought to be, and instead worship land. In fact, before giving off the 10 speech acts, God says to Moses, "All the earth is mine." In other words, even though you will go to the land that I, Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh, will give to you, it is still Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh's land and not the people's land. The covenant between the Israelites and the divine is conditional, as is their possession of and existence on the land. Why do I believe in the transformative power of the universe? Because it is all too easy to fall into the trap of idolizing money, power, fame, or land. Abraham Joshua Heschel said that God is in search of human beings. That force in the universe that makes possible transformation needs our engagement to make that transformation possible. There is no magic wand, just human participation. It is all of us joining forces with all others who believe in the possibility of transformation that will bring forth the world we want. It may seem far off, but someday we will prevail. Thank you for your part. Shabbat Shalom.